What excites me most about this company is their focus on scalability and sustainability. I think both elements are crucial in long-term success in the blockchain sector.
I've seen a lot in blockchain and distribution, but I've never been as convinced and impressed as I am with Mining Race.
Ja, als ich halt die Roadmap gesehen habe und das Team, was dahinter steht, ja, habe ich einfach mich riesig gefreut, hier bei diesem Projekt dabei sein zu können und sehe einfach das immense Potenzial, was dahinter steckt und freue mich einfach dabei sein zu dürfen.
This company has the remarkable ability to anticipate the future trends and position themselves at the forefront of the innovation.
So I had the privilege of meeting the founders and the CEO of the company, and I'm deeply impressed. The foundation and technology and infrastructure that this company has is remarkable, and it's just about a matter of time before this company is global in every single phone around the world.
These companies were operating in the real market situation. It's a real market company.
Die Gelegenheit, bei so einem visionären Projekt von Anfang an dabei zu sein, ist wirklich sehr, sehr selten.
Ja, also wie gesagt, die Welt wird halt sehr bald realisieren, was wir hier für Möglichkeiten haben. Und am Ende des Tages hast du einfach die Möglichkeit, hier dabei sein zu können, bevor die ganze Welt es realisieren wird, was hier gerade passiert.
Invest the money you cannot afford to lose.
That's why I love this company.
I've seen a lot of blockchain and distribution projects around the world, but I have never been as impressed as I am with Mining Race.
Welcome to today's webinar. It's a joy to be here. You can see all the guests coming in, so welcome to every single one of you. My name is Sean Joseph, and I'm going to share with you some really exciting information on not only the most incredible asset on the planet, on the crypto world, on blockchain technology, but how you can now receive that, mine that, and grow your Bitcoin portfolio from the power of your smartphone. So this is what we call the digital gold rush. So you are going to be a part of that. But before we do, I've got an amazing video to show you. So please sit back, enjoy, and I look forward to sharing this opportunity with you. Thank you.
Humanity has always reached for more, driven by an unstoppable desire to push boundaries and redefine the impossible. In 2009, a revolution erupted. Bitcoin and blockchain shattered the rules of finance, promising a decentralized future for all. But as the dream grew, so did the barriers. Mining, once accessible to anyone, became dominated by the elite with deep pockets and towering machines. Until now. Welcome to Mining Race, where Bitcoin mining is coming back to the people. Democratizing Bitcoin mining by providing a fast, collaborative, and accessible platform. The days of expensive setups and complex systems are over. Mining Race makes mining accessible to everyone everywhere, leveraging the power of one of the world's leading mining pools. Be the architect of your wealth and profit from the future today. Mining Race introduces stable mining cards, empowering the digital gold rush, one block at a time. Mining Race isn't just about profit. It's about building wealth with purpose and a legacy rooted in sustainability. We are at the edge of tomorrow, and you are part of a new era. This is your moment. The world is transforming faster than ever, and those who act now will shape its future. but the clock is ticking. With 94% of Bitcoin already mined, every remaining coin grows more valuable by the day. Activate your mining power in seconds, track your rewards in real time, and join a global movement and profit with every pulse of the blockchain. Mining race. Together we earn, and together we win.
Wow. Well, there you go. There's an insight, and there you can really see the level, the caliber of what we're working here. So let's not mess around. Let's get right in there. I told you at the beginning, I'm going to share some information on Bitcoin, on blockchain technology, and how you can be a part of this really exciting digital financial revolution. But just be aware, this is in no way financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm sharing with you for educational purposes, and everything I share has been through my own experiences as well. So my journey, I've personally been involved in the crypto world for over 7 years. I've had incredible success, and it's all led me now to being, I'd call it a huge fan of Bitcoin, but also having really great knowledge of it. So let's just have a quick understanding of what Bitcoin is, the importance of it, and the technology that surrounds that. Bitcoin is what's being described as the digital gold. So if you imagine back in the day when the gold rush was happening, your tools you'd need for that, and how difficult that would be. This now is simplified. Finance has changed, money has changed, and we're moving towards this whole new revolution, which is cryptocurrency built on blockchain technology. And that technology, if you remember, when the internet was coming around in those early days, nobody really understood its full facility, what it could do, what it was capable of. And then now it's just integrated into our everyday lives. We can't operate without the internet. No business can really run without the internet. And if a business was operating and didn't have a website, you'd be a little bit confused about that. So cryptocurrency, blockchain technology is in that realm. People are starting to understand what it is. People are really starting to take note, and on a huge scale. So this is why it's so exciting. You want to be a part of something where it's about to boom, and that's what we've got now. So why and how can you profit from Bitcoin? There's a few ways. I've certainly got my favorite, which I'm going to share that with you. Let me give you a couple of other ways. Buying Bitcoin. So simply you can download an app, what's an exchange, and you can start to purchase Bitcoin on there. And you can hold Bitcoin, and that's great. Build it steadily each month from maybe your salary or from your earnings. You can buy some Bitcoin and accumulate that over a period of time. And hopefully you're going to start to learn and understand it. Then there's trading Bitcoin. Now, this is a lot more technical. This is for the more experts of it. If you're going to trade it, you're going to be sort of trading it against different currency pairs, waiting for those spikes, waiting for those dips, and buying or selling. And you're probably going to spend a lot of time in front of a computer, which not necessarily everybody has time to do. So then we've got my favorite, mining Bitcoin. Now, mining Bitcoin is the creation of Bitcoin. This is the real gem. This is where the real gold rush is, okay? This is where Bitcoins are created and where you can actively earn, okay? But let's understand how that really works. So Bitcoin mining, which is the core of this digital gold rush that we're talking about, operates in a way where you have to use really quite elaborate machines, and these machines are very expensive, and they're very expensive to run. The power that they use are hugely expensive. Okay, so let's take this into consideration. If you purchase one machine, maybe that's going to cost you $5,000 or $6,000, and then you're going to have to pay for that power to plow away at these algorithms that it cracks to match the block, what's called the blockchain, right? Which then rewards that particular machine with Bitcoin. Now, the power to do that is huge. So you might even spend more money on power, than you would of the Bitcoin it's generated. That's using one machine. So this is why it's kind of been, mining's kind of been not an opportunity for everybody, because of the high entry barriers, the access to that equipment and the cost of that energy, the technical expertise which is needed in that. I mean, most are just left behind, which is adding huge challenges to it. And really, Bitcoin at its core is about everybody. It's about everybody. It's about community. It's about everybody, this financial world that everybody can access. So this is why what I'm sharing with you today is hugely exciting, because I want you to think about now the fact that you're going to have the ability, away from this incredibly high entry level, away from this really technological expertise, and you right now are going to be able to mine Bitcoin directly to your smartphone. So let's just understand a little bit about, I mentioned about the machines. Now, what there is in the world is what's called mining pools. Now, these mining pools are huge, right? If you imagine a big farm full of these big computers and then the power that they're generating. Now, what happens with these machines, just to give you a little bit of a brief, because I said that one of the machines that would potentially take more power than it would generate the profit in Bitcoin. So it's operating at a loss. That's not why we're here. That's not what we want. Okay. We want to be making profit. So what a mining pool is a mass amount of machines working together, and these machines communicate with each other. So they're more resourceful. So when they're communicating with each other, one machine will run algorithms and it will tell the other machine that it's already done that, so that machine doesn't have to. So what you start to get is a huge amount of machines working together saying, hey, you don't need to do that. I've already done it, right? And then what happens? Well, those machines don't have to waste energy and power on stuff that's already been done, right? So they don't. And then you get a selection of those machines within the pool that generate a huge amount of Bitcoin. So how does this work? What is it? And a little bit more technical for those of you really interested in that technical side of things. This is what's called the hash rate, the defining metric in Bitcoin mining. So the speed and the computational power driving the network. So the higher the hash rate means the better the chances of success. But again, the competition is intensifying and the demand for processing power is constantly on the rise. So what does the hash rate do? What does the hash rate show? The numbers tell a clear story, right? So you can see here on the slide that the race is accelerating. So over the past few years, the hash rate has surged immensely, with miners operating now more faster than ever. We know that technology advances, and the technology is the same with these machines. It's advancing all the time. So the hash rate power shows this. Now, you probably want to understand, and I think you should understand, how long can Bitcoin be mined for? How much is there of Bitcoin? You know, there's definitely not an infinite supply of it. And that is one of the beauties of it, right? The fact that there's only ever possibly going to be 21 million Bitcoin is one of the reasons of the price it's at now, but the price it's going to go to now that the world is starting to really understand the power of what Bitcoin is. So let's have a little look at it. There's 19.78 million Bitcoin mined. Now that might sound like there's not a lot left, but it's going to take to the year 2140 to mine that last Bitcoin now, because of what we've already spoken about. One, the price of it, and then the cost and how much longer it takes to mine that Bitcoin because of that extra growth in price. So if we think about the price, if we think about what the price of Bitcoin is going to be over these coming years, and approximately, I think by 2032, we're going to see 99% of all Bitcoin mined. Okay, so that's not long away. There has to be some urgency here. Experts predict that a single value of Bitcoin could increase dramatically. Now, I don't want to pluck numbers out of thin air, but I've certainly studied the rise of Bitcoin since its inception of 2000 to 2009, which, my gosh, do we all wish we could go back, if we could get in a time machine and go back now and buy Bitcoin, even if it was $1,000 worth, even if it was $2,000 worth. Now, that would have been amazing. But the second real best opportunity to buy Bitcoin, but to certainly mine Bitcoin, is right now, because we're in that growth period where the acceleration is that way. It's not this sort of slow curve. It's a curve that's going steeper and steeper. And the real question is, how far can it go? And how can we claim our share? Well, again, like I said, you can go and buy it. Go and buy it. And yes, you're going to make good money over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, if you just want to buy Bitcoin and hold it. We like to create Bitcoin. We like to create not just Bitcoin, but cash flow with Bitcoin. And I think that's what the most exciting part of this project is as well. Listen, the window is closing. Blockchain technology is already here. It's not a matter of if anymore. It's not a speculative. It's not, the cryptocurrency is not speculative anymore. Bitcoin is not speculative. It is regarded now as a true asset. You've got some of the biggest financial institutions buying as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. And why are they doing that? These are institutions that have been around for years, that make the markets, and they're buying Bitcoin as much as possible. What does that tell you? So please do not be left behind, because you have the opportunity to be a real part of this. So firstly, let's jump in. Let's have a little look at the mining market profitability. And this may shock you, this may surprise you, but if you really want to be in that 1%, that top 1% of people, you got to know the scale of this market. And every single day, 27.7 million Bitcoin is being mined in revenue and distributed. So this is a market that you have the opportunity now to be a part of. And it's only the top 1%, as I said, doing that. So how are you going to do it? And I've shared enough information. You're excited now, as excited as I am about Bitcoin, as about understanding blockchain, and about really wanting to know more and how you're going to mine it. Well, here's the hack, right? Here is the hack. This is where, let me bring to your attention, mining race. This is what makes it mark. I want you to think now about when companies like Uber launched, when companies like Deliveroo launched. They created this technology that was the middleman. It was a connection. That's exactly what the mining race is. And this is why it's so exciting. Mining has never, ever been more accessible than with the mining race. We make Bitcoin mining simple and profitable for everyone. And we provide you with everything you need to capitalize on this revolution without the hurdles, the high costs of the traditional mining, and then the high risks of potentially just buying and trading. And who's behind this? We've got an incredible team. We're based here in Dubai. We're closely working with the Dubai Chambers, which we've got videos which you can watch and see. The mining races are registered here in Dubai mainland. We have offices in the DIFC, which is the financial center of Dubai. I like to call Dubai the crypto capital of the world, because the opportunity here is amazing. And these guys are visionaries. These guys are true visionaries. They have seen the future and they have brought it together. And we are all now working on developing this incredible technology and helping bring mining to you guys right now. The company is providing first-class solutions of the biggest companies in the world. Antpool, one of the biggest mining operators, Bitmain, IconX, which is a wonderful opportunity, the mining grid, and then obviously the mining race. This is the world's first community Bitcoin mining ecosystem. And you've really got the chance to be a part of that. Not only do we have incredible leaders in the business running this, but we also have Dubai royalty as well, as you can see from that, one of the Maktoum family, which is the ruling family of Dubai. Now, what we do have as well, which we'll have seen in the video, the first Bitcoin mining showroom. This is a great place, an interactive place, a place with an open door policy where you can all come and you can see myself and others that are working on this project. I actually present live there every Thursday. So please come to Dubai, watch us present there live. I'd love to meet all of you and see how your journey begins. Now, the beauty of this is it's all done quite simply from the Mining Race app, and all you've got to do is download that. We're going to hold your hand and guide you then how to do it, but it's all very simple. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know everything about Bitcoin. You don't have to know everything about blockchain. You just got to know how to download an app and get your card out and be able to purchase whichever subscription it is that tickles your fancy. Okay. And you get the choice. Everything here is a choice for you. There's 3 different subscriptions: a starter, a premium, and a platinum. And all of these give you different access to different levels of power. The starter, this is a great way for somebody that's not so sure, that maybe just wants to test it out. You can see this for a very low cost, and then you can start to see how that mining operates, because it's so cool. Because what's going to happen is you're going to purchase some power. That power is going to generate you Bitcoin on a daily basis. That's going to come into your app, which is what's called a non-custodial wallet, which is totally password protected by yourself, and only you have access to that. Now, what's incredibly exciting here, as you can see, this company is not just come out of nowhere. It has been in development, and over 10,000 plus human days of experience of technology have gone into this. Okay. And with that now, since launch, over 300 BTC has been mined, and we're in great momentum at the minute. And that's certainly now the time where everything's worked. We've worked through maybe the glitches in the systems, and we're at a point where we know exactly how it's performing. And that's why we can bring it, really scale it out there and bring it to you guys, because we know this, we've seen the success of it. We've seen it working and operating really well. And now it's ready for you to take action and jump on board with us. So you've got everything in the palm of your hand. You know, you get, as soon as you sign, you've got, as soon as you register the app, you get access to the exclusive mining packages. We're going to support. We're going to support, and when you purchase your subscription, your license, well, you're going to get full access to everything that app operates with. And you're also then going to get the opportunity to purchase mining devices and mining cards. Now, the mining devices I mentioned earlier, these are difficult to understand if it's just you doing it, but that's where this is a beautiful thing. You can purchase a device, but through the app, which is going to be housed for you and looked after, and you're just going to gain the profits from that. This is even more exciting, because now, for the first time in history, you can purchase what's called mining cards. Now, these mining cards are introduced as an alternative to users, which you can lease the power from the existing machines and participate in mining without actually owning a machine. Now, this is the real exciting part, because what that's going to do, the power that you purchase is going to return you 118%. So an 18% profit in, give or take, a 90-day cycle. And that card is programmed to operate until it returns you that 18%. How amazing is that? Now, in crypto, in Bitcoin, it is all about power. It is all about energy. And this is where it is. You can purchase this power, this energy from the app. And this app is then through your wallet connected to one of the biggest mining pools in the world, which then Bitcoin is going to be delivered through that connection into your app on a daily basis. So when I say that this app is literally a money printing machine, it really is. How amazing. Can you imagine 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I mean, even 5 years ago, that this would be possible? I think there always used to be an old saying, isn't there, that money doesn't grow on trees. Well, it doesn't, but it grows in apps. And that is better, I think, than growing on trees. So anyway, listen, here in Dubai, I mentioned earlier the crypto capital. And just to really understand the vision here, this is the great man who leads here, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Al Maktoum. The future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. And that's certainly that vision, that quote there certainly runs through the whole of Dubai and how we operate here. There's a master plan. You know, we're at the age of blockchain. Businesses worldwide now are starting to really take hold of it, along with entire nations. And cities like Dubai are adopting blockchain technology and Bitcoin as the foundation for innovation and growth. So what that is just fuel for the price of what Bitcoin is going to go to. You've got to understand that Bitcoin is not just this little transactional tool that people thought it was for the internet. This is now a fully understood asset, the digital gold. Okay. So the time now is really to mine. I urge you to really take this opportunity and look into it. There's mining, as I said, there's till 2140. There's mining's going to be happening, but that's going to become more and more scarce. The fact now that we've delivered an app, Mining Race is here at the very beginning. This is when you want to be a part of it. If you think about opportunities maybe you've had in your life and did you take action? Did you miss them? I think that's the biggest fear for most people is that regret. I said earlier, if we could get a time machine and go back to 2009 and buy Bitcoin, and maybe some of us heard about it, even in maybe 2012 or 2013, when the price was still very low, that even if you would have bought it then, you'd be an extraordinarily wealthy person. But that was the best time. Now is the second best time. We can't go back in time. We can only take action right now. This is the digital gold rush. Bitcoin is going this way with or without you. So all I can do is urge you to join us, to be a part of this amazing community. You did miss that opportunity in 2009, but remember, action is the action is the foundational key to all success. Now it's time to take it, because in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed the information that I've shared with you. I urge you to stay on the call, to take action. We've got some questions.